Welcome to the City Commission meeting, Tuesday, November 4th. Chelsea, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor McCullough,
Yes.
Commissioner Adamchak,
Present.
Commissioner Opelt,
Here.
Commissioner Motta,
Here. Commissioner
Minton. Here. Mayor, we have 5 commissioners present. The quorum of 3 is met.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance We have 2 proclamations. The first one is for National Veterans Small Business Week. Is there anyone here to receive that? We understood that there might not be because of the furlough and all those kinds of things. And we usually do not make a proclamation when we have no one here to receive it. However, I thought in that this being Veterans Week and that kind of thing, we should go ahead and do it. So I'll just proclaim it, and you can all just clap. Whereas over 1.6 million small businesses across the United States, from Main Street storefronts to American-made manufacturers that advance our economy, are veteran-owned, important pillars that drive our economy and national success. And whereas veteran and military spouse small business owners are dedicated to the service of their country and community by upholding mission-driven values like resilience, discipline, and determination. And whereas when we come together to unite and strengthen our communities, we recognize and empower veteran and military spouse entrepreneurs for the significant contributions they make to our economy. And whereas National Veterans Small Business Week highlights the programs and services available to veteran entrepreneurs, and the City of Manhattan supports and joins the national effort to assist Americans' veteran entrepreneurs to start, grow, and expand their small business. Therefore, I, Karen McCullough, Mayor of the City of Manhattan, do proclaim Monday, November 3rd through Friday, November 7th, as National Veterans Small Business Week. And thank you very much. Now, my second proclamation is for Veterans Day. I'm going to be joined by Christine. Whereas Veterans Day has its origins in November 11th, 1918 armistice, which brought World War I to a conclusion. And whereas the Allied victory of World War I affirmed the strength of great nations acting together for high purposes. And the people of the United States caused, through their elected representatives, the designation of November 11th as a federal legal holiday, which in 1954 became officially known thereafter as Veterans Day. And Veterans Day continues to be celebrated and commemorated with solemn observances in honor of all Americans who have served their country in times of war and conflict. And Veterans Day has become a significant part of our American heritage as we recognize the millions of our citizens whose military service has had a profound effect on history. And whereas the courage, honor, sacrifice, and dedication which veterans of the United States Armed Forces have displayed in the cause of justice, freedom, and democracy are most worthy of recognition. Now, therefore, I, Karen McCullough, Mayor of the City of Manhattan, do call upon all citizens to commend America's veterans and observe Monday, November 11th, Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, as Veterans Day.
So thank you. So my name's Christine, and I am the Flint Hills Veterans Coalition president this year. And despite what's going on in the world today, we are going to have a fabulous parade on Tuesday. So we'll start that day at 7 o'clock out at the American Legion. You can come by and have some breakfast. There'll be biscuits and gravy put on by the Knights. And it's free to all veterans and $5 to everyone else. So please come by and have some biscuits and gravy, get y'all warmed up, because it won't be that cold.
No, I know. It's nice.
And then come on down to the parade. It starts at the mall at 9:30. It goes clear to City Hall to right here. We're so excited to have several just veterans groups. There will be a lot of veterans there, school kids with their flags and their, we also have our dog tags that we have every year. And then at 11 o'clock, we will do the indoor ceremony right here over at Peace Memorial Auditorium, and we're looking forward to that as well. During this next week, we'll have an exhibit at the mall of veteran and military type things. And then also on November 11th, it's Armed Forces Community Foundation's Match Day. So we have 31 organizations that you can donate to and be supportive of all of our veterans and military and our families in the region.
Is that
So-
for the Greater Manhattan?
Yeah, they're an affiliate of the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation. So the Armed Forces Community Foundation is Match Day is on Tuesday, November 11th, with all of the other activities of Veterans Day. So
How long does the breakfast last?
it goes until about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yep, so, and then it'll be televised on, the parade will be televised on Cox
Oh,
Channel 3 and on K-Man. So we're working with Dave Lewis. It'll be great. So thank you so much.
you're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Are there any public comments, this being the first meeting of the month? Seeing none and no one signed up. Commissioner comments?
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge the tremendous generosity of the community during the government shutdown and supporting some of our local agencies needing support. I think those affected, by the government shutdown directly and then also indirectly, we're going to continue to see that need. And so just thankful of everyone who's stepped up.
John?
I just want to thank the residents of the East Park neighborhood for inviting us out and putting on a really wonderful afternoon on Sunday. They did a tour along Leavenworth, showing or giving some history of some of those houses down there, and had some really good food. And it was just a really, really great afternoon. So thanks for the invite.
I would concur with Jamie. I was at City Park on Sunday dropping off some food, and it was pretty amazing. The whole concrete platform right by the entrance across from City Hall was absolutely mounded with food distribution, food contributions. Food was being sent directly to MeSci to be able, to the blessing boxes, and then being sent to the breadbasket yesterday. I attended a meeting on yesterday. We are increasingly trying to find some solutions for our homeless population here in Manhattan. We are lucky in that it's relatively small compared to some other urban centers in Kansas and elsewhere in the country. There are two distinct and different task forces that are looking at this, one being chaired by Director Pete of the Riley County Police Department and co-chaired with Mike Rosella from Pawnee Mental Health. There's another group called NECAP, the Northeast Kansas Community Action Partnership, which works in about 14 or 16 counties in the northeast part of the state. They are looking to partner with the Manhattan Housing Authority as they move forward with the demolition and reconstruction of Carlson Plaza. This organization, NECAP, has a multi-million-dollar grant from Jeff Bezos of Amazon fame, and they are looking to partner with Manhattan Housing Authority to add some additional units to Carlson Plaza that will be designated for housing insecure families. So that project, Aaron Esterbrook will be submitting grants in January, grant applications for low-income housing tax credits. They won't hear until May if that program is authorized, but if it does go forward, we can look forward to this partnership with this entity.
Thank you. And Veterans Day, the Flint Hills Discovery Center has free admission for veterans and their families. I'm sure the zoo is doing something wonderful too. And, you know, please do come out for our parade. It should be good weather and a good time. The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are those of a routine and housekeeping nature, or items that we have previously reviewed. I'm going to move item F1 to discussion after we approve the consent agenda. Are there any comments? Susan, you had a question.
Yeah. Yes. Danielle, I know that excuse me, City Manager Doolin. I know that we increased the cap on your capacity to implement change orders or approve change orders. I'm a little bit concerned with the one listed under E1, only because with your cap of $50,000, we're looking at 2/3 of the budget of the original project.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'll ask Public Works Director Randy DeWitt to join me in answering this question for some clarification. But I believe we actually got pricing so that we could do 3 instead of 2, and the reason we're requesting the additional ability to be able to go up to that 50,000 with change orders is because we're anticipating if more work comes in. But I know that he'll have some additional clarification for that.
Is that,
Go, Randy.
oh, I'm sorry.
So this project is a maintenance project, annual well rehabilitation. Traditionally, we would do 2 to 3 wells a year. How this process works is we bid out what we call the traditional maintenance portion of it, which is a chemical treatment of a well. The contractor pulls the well, inspects it, and like City Manager said, this year we're doing 3 versus 2. It varies every year. After those wells are pulled and inspected, we will get quotes from a contractor to recommend various repairs. And we don't know the cost of those, so therefore we don't include those in the bid. But traditionally, per well, we might expect anywhere from $12,000 to $25,000 worth of repairs. We bid this publicly because, like I said, we don't know if it's going to be under the city manager's threshold to approve a project, which is $50,000. But this is actually maintenance. So within the purchasing policy, we do have provisions for to the maintenance of critical utility infrastructure. It actually is well within the city manager's authority to approve that. So that exceeds $50,000 at that point. We brought this to the commission because that initial bid was over $50,000, even though technically we don't need to because it's maintenance. So because we know that there's going to be additional change orders, and because typically with well rehab, we're wanting to get that turned around pretty quickly without having to go through that process of coming back with a change order. That's why we requested the $50,000, which would be, what we might anticipate would be the total amount of the change orders. Again, I'd like to refer to our policy technically would allow the city manager to approve this for maintenance of critical utility infrastructure. So,
Thank you, Randy.
Is there anyone in the public who would like to make a comment on the consent agenda? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve everything but F1.
I'll move to approve everything on the consent agenda with the exception of item F1.
Second?
Chelsea, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Adamchak?
Yes.
Commissioner Opelt?
Yes.
Commissioner Motta?
yes.
Commissioner Minton?
Yes.
Mayor McCullough?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Now we will discuss F1, which is a good thing to be discussing. Aaron Stewart, our Park and Recs Director.
Evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Yeah, I bring good news tonight and something worth celebrating. As you remember, last year, hopefully you remember this, last December, we passed a resolution that talked about the naming rights for the Seco ball fields. This was a partnership with Manhattan Parks and Recreation Foundation. They are housing a fund for capital reinvestment. And so the idea was to generate revenue off the sale of the naming rights for these facilities out at Seco that could be utilized in the future for reinvestment in the park, whether it's new turf or whatever we need to identify that needs to be reinvested in. And it preserves that kind of top line level park that we're trying to go for that will hopefully attract not only tournaments in, but also be a great place to play for our local residents. So we developed the naming and sponsorship package, the Hall of Fame, which is the complex name, which is what we're here to celebrate tonight. We also have the MLB package, which is the outdoor view deck that many of you, if you've driven by, you've seen at least where that is. It doesn't have the cover on it yet, but you can see where that's going to be. And then the AAA level is the fields and the warm-up area. And AA was the flex room. With the A level is kind of the sponsorship, so those are the signs in the outfield that kind of actually refer back to our annual maintenance program versus the capital reinvestment. So we put that out this summer, and we did have a kind of an open request for proposals for the Hall of Fame, and we did receive one back, and obviously the ballparks will be Steel and Pipe Supply Ballpark. This is a 10-year agreement that's in front of you. It is for $500,000. The way those agreements are set up is it's half down immediately, and then the payment is over the next 10 years in this particular case for the length of the agreement. It'll be paid to the Parks and Rec Foundation for that capital fund, and we just wanted to highlight this with you tonight, and hopefully the mayor will step down and we can do a check presentation with both the foundation member, Tracy, and Matt Crocker from Steel and Pipe. So,
I'm more than happy to accept.
I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, this is so exciting. So big thanks to Steel and Pipe Supply and Matt back there.
yeah, so I guess the piece here is obviously you would need to actually approve and authorize the mayor to sign the agreement, the formal piece of this, but we would love to do the check presentation after that.
Karen,
Yes,
after we approve it,
yes.
so,
Your
I'm,
motion?
I move that
I want
we
to see it first.
authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute naming rights agreement for the Seco Ball Field Complex with Steel and Pipe Supply and the Manhattan Parks and Recreation Foundation.
Second.
Chelsea?
Commissioner Opelt,
Yes.
Commissioner Motta,
Yes.
Commissioner Minton,
Yes.
Mayor McCullough,
Yes.
Commissioner Adamchak.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
I would invite Tracy and Matt up for a picture.
This is 2 meetings in a row that we get big checks. This is really great. There you go.
City manager's office doesn't take big checks.
Could I just add, I don't know that we can put a measure on how much Steel and Pipe has done for Manhattan. And Jack Goldstein. You know, when we were doing the mall in the 80s, we had to have a anchor at the other end of points. And Jack did Colony Square, which allowed us to get all the funding that we needed. So I really want to thank you as a corporate entity, as all the people who work there, and just for your ongoing support of Manhattan and Manhattan projects.
You're very welcome. It certainly makes it a lot more fun to work hard when you can do things like this. All right.
And that
I will make a motion that we adjourn our November 4th City Commission meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say yes. Aye. And go out and look at that beautiful moon. It's just gorgeous.